what's going on? 151.
Do you have the shot glasses?
I forgot the shot glasses.
Me too.
I do have some. I have something tasty in here if you want to drink it all.
What is in there? Hold on. If I had to guess.
What do you think's in there? What do you think is clinking around in there?
So something with ice cubes.
I'm also drinking that. So, I mean.
Something with ice cubes. It's clinking.
Yeah, I mean. Right. I
don't know
ice
any
cubes.
I don't know any cold alcohol like I mean, there's margaritas on the rocks.
Well,
that's not you though.
There's like 2 ice cubes in there. It's not like it's not like a full glass of ice cubes and then.
All right, I'm just gonna go. Oh Jesus, I was gonna say Spotted Cow, but that's what's over there.
Why would there be ice cubes in Spotted Cow? If you put ice in your beer, that just means you're desperate because.
Do you put ice in your milk?
No.
My wife,
milk is in the fridge.
My wife is a psycho that puts ice cubes in her milk.
Why is she putting ice in her milk? Is it not in the fridge?
If you're on the live stream,
that's it.
If you're on the live stream,
talk with her.
Put up a poll, Kev.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Do you put ice cubes in your milk? That's where we're going to start tonight's show. It has nothing to do with athletic training. This is Candid Athletic Training, episode 151. My name is Chad. He's Kevin. He's working the board right now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the live stream if you are here. Thank you for listening comfortably from your car / office / wherever you listen to this podcast from. If you are listening in audio, we appreciate you.
Do you want to read comments right away? Because
yes,
a couple people are on fire right
First
now,
off,
automatically.
Welcome back, Bree. Welcome back, Kayla.
Welcome back. Welcome.
Is it Keela? Or Kayla?
Keela?
It's K-E-I. I want to say it right.
Maybe
is it Kyla? Can you give us a phonetic pronunciation,
I would
Miss
like it.
A.T. Ravino?
I need it. I really need it. I mean, some people call me Kavan.
So to go back to the original question, I'm going to just say you got a Jack and Coke in there. In that
Jack
bottle.
and Coke.
That's you.
No.
What's in there?
Jack and Coke. It's just bourbon.
Bourbon on the rocks.
Straight bourbon. Well, it's bourbon on the rocks, correct. Specifically, a little Basil Hayden's. I like me some Basil Hayden's. Oh, I can't show that logo.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know how I know this podcast is succeeding? Succeeding. Because the random things that we do live on, become like part of the culture. We got Nate on the live stream doing fortune cookies.
Yeah,
it's
fortune
just
cookies.
Great.
I mean, that was not. How long ago did we do fortune cookies?
Kayla. Oh, she goes by Kayla. Okay. It's Spanish. Kayla. But she goes by Kayla.
Kayla.
Que sera.
And then I'm thinking it's, A. Trevino. I said this last time. She must have really, really good golfing grandfather.
I know.
What?
Lee.
First off, Nate, you're blowing up this comment board. And so if you want to blow up the comment board and us talk about you, either make fun of you, agree with you, maybe disagree with you, I have no idea, join the membership program where you can be live, putting your comments down, and we can talk about it.
There are more Nates out there.
There are so many more Nates out there.
Listen, you're sitting there listening.
Nate's not unique.
Unique New York. You're sitting there at home listening to Kevin and myself, and you're probably going, wrong. No, I see your point. I mean, you're probably MFing us at least once a week.
Probably honking your horn while you're driving because we're talking like idiots.
You Midwesterners. And maybe you're laughing once a week.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're laughing more than once a week. We would love for you to come on the show. Come on the live stream. Just hang out with us. It's so much better.
CandidAthleticTraining.com. If you missed the sale, sucks to be you, but you can still get yourself a membership. Just remember, get Candymania or higher, and then you can join our live podcast every Monday. For right now, we might change it. You don't know.
Again, we
might be candid about the day.
It's the holiday season. People are asking you all the time what you want.
It's the holiday season.
Don't get another shirt. Don't get another pair of socks. Tell them. I mean, I want to join the Candid Athletic Training podcast. So
get a Candid shirt and a freaking membership. What are you talking about? I'm telling them not to get shirts.
Kayla just admitted she bought the membership. Was it yesterday or the day before? Just to buy friends, and she's got how many friends does she have right now?
She bought friends.
She's got a handful of new friends because she's doing this. It's great. So we have a really interesting, fun show for you with a feature topic that I don't know. Frankly, it's candid. It's one of those ones where you're going to either probably agree with what we say or disagree, but you're not going to be stuck in the middle. We're going to talk about a sensitive subject.
Sensitivo.
And
yeah, I mean,
we're going to try and do it in a respectful way.
It's just it's a topic that is hard to talk about for everybody because we'll get there.
I heard some Midwestern in that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Oop. I will say,
what's the milk poll at?
The milk poll is kind of disappointing.
I see at least one yes. That's the problem.
We got 25% saying yes and 75% saying no.
Oh
I wanted 100. I needed 100%.
So my wife's not the only psychopath out there.
That is crazy. I didn't know she did that. I mean, I knew she put some ice and maybe some white wine, but a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But milk?
Ice in your coffee.
I wonder, what is it about the ice? So she wants it colder than it is in the fridge?
Yeah. Don't you just want ice cream then?
Yeah, totally.
Why
just go in the freezer. I guarantee you got some ice cream.
We got ice cream. There's things we have at all time in our refrigerator. It's ice cream and it's popcorn.
Oh yeah. Do you just get like a big bucket of seeds?
No.
You should.
We buy.
You remember that? Remember when you bought like a 10-pound bag of rice back when we were like originally living together?
Mm-hmm.
And it lasted you like 4 years?
Yeah. That's the way
that was when you like figured out you were gluten intolerant.
Yeah. Wow. I love rice.
Oh, good point, Kayla. Kayla ices everything except injuries. So at least your wife's not like, Chad, should I put some ice on my knee because it hurts? Then we would really have some problems.
Man, I'll tell you what. I started a new position a couple weeks ago as a physician extender.
You're a what?
Physician extender.
What? You teach PE?
I do.
Ed?
Yes,
nice.
I do.
I like it.
And so one of my friends, our friend Will, who was working there, got me the position. So I work with Will, who's another athletic trainer. And he listens to the podcast, so he's going to hear this. And I told Will in the first week, I said, how long do I have to wait before we start talking to the doctors about stop telling the patients to use ice? Because the doctors are doing it. And I want to have an in-service and say, look, we have got to get better. And I said, I know it's not my place to tell a doctor.
That's a great point.
But I'm going to at some point. We're going to have that talk. Stop telling the people to use ice.
I know the physicians you work with. You better have some research articles handy.
I'm not going to talk to that doctor.
You better not use Dave Yeagers.
I've been there for 3 weeks, and that doctor has not even acknowledged me.
I wonder.
I'm actually going to wait and see how long it takes. I would say 6 months before he even introduces himself to me.
Yeah. Have you been in the same room with him?
Multiple times. Big leagues.
It's big league. Oh gosh. Man, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was expecting it.
Drop on him that like you did an internship with the Bucks.
No. Don't care.
Tell him you know me. Be like, you could give me some respect. I do a podcast with Kevin.
I probably should. Do you get along with him?
I get along just fine with him, but I doubt he remembers my name. Like I created a small relationship with him, but it took about 8 years.
Yep. That's about right. It's going to take me 8 years too. So 2029, we'll get that thing.
Anyway, everybody that's listening, and so we don't, bore them out of our minds.
Too late. They got bored 150 episodes ago.
Our personal lives. Nobody wants to hear about our personal lives.
Why not? That's part of.
By the way, how you sleeping lately? You sleeping all right?
Yeah. Why?
You change of job. I mean, the kid is now over 1 year old.
I think I'm doing all right. This weekend helped.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Are you
when
sleeping?
when I changed jobs, I still sleep like crap, but I
Really?
slept like crap. Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
So a little from my experience, I slept amazing, like absolutely amazing during the season because I was so tired. I mean,
Mhm.
like no chance of being not tired, right?
Yep.
And so I would get a cool 7 to 8 straight hours of sleep. Every off season, I would struggle. I'd figure out what could get me to sleep a little bit better, like just a little.
It's what the bourbon's for.
Bourbon helps, but I will say the number one thing was actually doing meditation. I tell that to everybody. Doing meditation in the morning is actually the best thing for your sleep. And ever since I got out of baseball, I do not sleep nearly as well. Nearly as well.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but that's why I asked if whether or not going from the quote unquote grind of traditional setting to non-traditional setting, are you sleeping the same?
I think I'm sleeping better.
Are you? Good. Then that means
part of it's
probably
also
means your
I'm
job
so
was stressing
I
you
think
out a little bit.
I think part of it is I think part of it is now that we got a kid, I'm just going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
I stopped trying to go to bed as late as I'm just making a conscious effort to be like, all right.
I'm not gonna lie, I go to bed really early because my significant other it's 8 o'clock. She's like, is it bad if I just get into bed now?
She's sleeping right now.
I guarantee you by the time I get home, she will have been sleeping for at least an hour. At least. Anyway, anything else you want to randomly talk about in this intro?
No.
Do you want to thank anybody? Do you want
Zach and Hannah just jumped on just to say hello. They got other commitments. Let us know before you guys leave if you put ice in your milk.
Do you put
and
ice in your
Kayla's
milk?
never seen Anchorman. Holy shit.
Oh, gosh.
Holy shit. We're going to take that. We're going to take your
be-
membership away.
That's going to be a problem. Well, we should thank, the official sponsor of
That's a
Candid
good call.
Athletic
We should
Training
do that. Ready?
podcast.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
HealthyRoster.com. For all of your EMR needs. They're just amazing. Dan and all the folks over there at Healthy Roster, they've partnered with us because they know that athletic trainers have questions. They have real conversations that they want to talk about, and they only want to help you with that. They know that all of our listeners are not afraid to bring up things that they wish their EMR could do. They wish they could make their lives easier, and that's what they're there for. So Healthy Roster, check them out, HealthyRoster.com. Chad has had some extensive experience. He misses them already because his new operating system for his EMR is ancient and silly. Silly.
No, I'm sure it's got a lot of good things. I just don't know what I'm doing.
Nowhere near as good as Healthy Roster. So check them out, HealthyRoster.com. They are littered with athletic trainers working for them, so they understand the hardships that we go through, and they're only here to help. So check them out.
All right.
What?
Let's try a show. What do you think?
If you want to.
All right. Hi.
You ready for the rest of the show?
Yeah,
You had like long pause going.
Yeah,
there.
well, Nate asked me if I would.
A bunch of commas or what?
I was the comments, and Nate asked me to say the name.
Commas, not comments. Commas.
Pause. Should I say the name of the EMR? Is that bad?
I don't know. Do you know the name of the EMR?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know.
Say the name. I'm making things up. Chad has not said that this is a horrible EMR. He has just said going from Healthy Roster to this has been a struggle because it makes his head spin.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's not something that accurately keeps medical records for people. And also, he is not in an athletic training setting, right?
It's a hospital setting.
You're in a hospital orthopedic clinic setting.
Say it. Say it.
You say it.
Epic.
Epic. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I do know what that is. I think I know people that work there. Oh, you're in trouble, man.
I think they're out in the Madison area.
Yeah, they're local.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. We all talk like that too. That's crazy.
First comment.
If anybody is listening from Epic, athletic trainers that work for Epic that have joined the athletic training podcast called Candid Athletic Training, maybe you just got some stuff to work on. And if you want to like ask some questions to our listeners, you just reach out to us. Ooh, green and orange.
Miami.
It's the only one I can think of. Spotted cow.
All right, Kevin.
Green and orange.
We're not doing a top 5 this week.
We're
going to do a Would You Rather.
Hey, by the way, if you're listening and you haven't filled
it'll
out
be
your
done
survey,
before.
I don't care. If you people listening right now, go do the freaking survey. I bet everybody on this live podcast has done their survey. But do it. It's actually a fun one. I did it.
You did it?
You bet your ass I did.
It's getting so hard for me to come up with questions that
okay.
I think we haven't done.
I'm not going to lie. This was a good round of questions.
All right. You heard it here.
I had a couple, some chuckles,
Oh, funny ones.
Like, I read it. Little chuckle.
Good.
It was great. I did some serious answers. I did some kind of funny answers. I went for it.
I love it.
All right.
I don't think I've ever filled one out.
Well, of course not. You make the questions.
I know.
I don't even remember the last time I told you for a question. I should probably help you with that now, because you're just gonna forget all what it's like to be an athletic trainer.
Damn straight. All right. So instead of top 5 this week, we're going to do a Would You Rather.
By the way, hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you. Do you think when they're doing comments on this live show, they're asking us, or are they just asking each other? Do they want our opinion?
No, they don't care about
Because
us.
if they want our opinion,
No one
I'm going to have
cares
to
about
pay
us.
attention to my screen a little bit more. Or we need to hire a producer. Because
Hannah said before, I got to go. Halftime's over. And she just came back. She's like, forget it. I'm staying on. F this game.
well, just put a headphone in. Everybody's got AirPods
You know
or
what?
whatever.
You know what, Hannah? Athletic trainers are the best multitaskers in the world. Yeah, I said it.
Seriously.
So you can listen to this show and be an athletic trainer. If something happens, we understand. We're going to understand. I mean, it's like, have you ever been on the phone during practice? I have. Have you ever been sending a text? Hell, I've been in the shitter when somebody got hurt. Stuff happens. Life happens. As long as it happened one time.
As long as it wasn't Lamar Jackson, because then you guys maybe were on the shitter at the same time.
He was in the stall next to me. He was in the shitter this weekend, and they won.
Oh, my God. And they won. Oh, I love the Ravens. They're so good. Go Ravens, go.
They're not that good.
Oh, they're so
There's
good.
no team in the NFL that's that good this year.
Oh, I would agree with that. I would
They're
definitely
all
agree with that.
average.
I would say
Unfortunately, the Patriots are the ones that are getting their shit together the fastest.
they really are. They really are. Mac Jones.
Mac
That sloppy guy.
Jones. All right. So this Would You Rather in lieu of top 5 comes from Will, who we talked about before, the guy that hired me, got me a job. So I
Will.
told him I would give him a Would You Rather, and he
Will
said, would you rather, as an athletic trainer, work nights or weekends?
I'm assuming then the weekends are not at night.
Day.
Oh. I would rather. Holy cow, I can't believe I would say.
Holy moly.
I honestly.
Oh, Kevin is stressed.
Because I
It's
used
when
to.
you know it's a good question when you can't come up with an immediate answer.
Well, it's tough. I mean, like, right? Our old professions in baseball and such, like, so many of the games are at night and on the weekend. And some of those games on the weekend were during the day, and so you were, I'm like trying to think of my life now is basically just days. I have a little bit of night, I guess, appointments. Oh my God, this one's tough. Part of me wants to say I would rather work weekends than nights.
That's where I'm at. I'd rather work a Saturday day than I'd rather work a Saturday during the day than Thursday night.
Now, okay.
Wednesday night. I just like being home at night.
I hate doing this during Would You Rather.
Damn, I wonder though.
Is this 7 days a week? Is this a 7?
No, it's just Would You Rather work. Which would you rather work?
God, I'd rather
night games are kind of fun.
I'd rather work Tuesday and Wednesday night for 12 hours each overnight than work any other day of the week.
You'd rather work 4 10s and 5 8s kind of
I
thing.
would. I totally would. I'm gonna go with. Oh man, sometimes great things happen like during the day on the weekends. Just nice, relaxing Sunday mornings. Maybe you go hit up a little farmer's market, Home Depot if you have a little time.
Bed Bath and Beyond. So Kayla says nights, give her nights. Hannah says nights. Nate says he'd rather work nights if he can have his weekends free. Bree says nights. Zach says I'd also. So everyone's choosing nights.
Nights are. I think working nights is an easy, because if you don't work the weekend, you have guaranteed time off, right? Like, and the weekend is a great recharge. Everybody else around you is probably recharging. You know, at this time of year, it's a great time to get together with people and watch some football or whatever sport you want to watch. Oh, God.
Hannah wants to know who she has to sleep with to make 4 10s the norm.
We'll find out.
Working nights would cut into your Basil, Hayden, and Spotted Cow recreation time.
But would allow me to come home and have some Basil Haydens because I can sleep in. That's not true. I'm never going to sleep in. If I'm in my life right now, like right now, present day, I need to work weekends because I am up at 6. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning anyways. So like tomorrow, I'm going to get up at 5:30 in the morning, if not 5 o'clock in the morning, to go to work.
So right now, the only thing I have going for me in my life is dinner and then
Kevin Joyce. Can't
dinner
do it
and then like a TV show or a movie with the wife at night.
So would you give that up to have the whole weekend?
No. I'd rather work Saturday because then I can still do that on the Saturday night. And the only thing that would suck would be working Sundays, missing football.
You guys are so routine though.
We are.
You are.
Yeah,
so
we
routine.
try and pack the same thing. Yeah. I mean, we are pretty routine. But I'm gonna choose. Give me a Saturday, or I guess if I have to work a Sunday during the. Man, my wife would kill me if she heard me say I work 7 days a week. Well, she wants me to have 2 days off. She'd prefer me to work nights.
She'd prefer you to work nights.
I'd rather. This is a tough question. You're right.
Would you want to work second shift Monday through Friday, or like 5 hours a day, 7 days a week?
No, it's important for me to put my son down to sleep.
Right.
So I'm gonna.
There you go.
Give me the.
There's something.
Give me the
There's
days.
something there.
That's why. Yeah.
It's tough. Every once in a while, I think about opening the clinic on the weekends, like just Saturday, right? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, if I could get more people in the clinic, make a little more money, what's a big deal? Work 4 hours on a Saturday, but I guarantee you, Friday night, I'd be like, God damn it!
Yeah, I can't do shit.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna go nights. I'm gonna have the weekend.
So off. You and I said the same thing. No, I said I'd rather work. I'm rather work. Oh, she's gonna kill me if she finds out. But whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean,
if I'm working,
pick one.
If I'm working 6 6s,
and if you drop on,
what if I work
drop on her,
if I work 6 6s, do you think that's
6 6s?
What if we did that? Whoever said 40 is the magic number sucks, Hannah. Don't worry about the 4 10s. Whoever said 40 in general.
Well, what is the magic number then?
For how many hours full time should be?
Week, yeah.
25 to 30.
25 to 30.
Yeah, there's life out there, man.
You think you can get everything?
That's
done?
why we need more members.
Do you think you can get everything done and check your Twitter feed and check your Instagram feed and take a shit in the middle of
you're
work
a multitasker
for 25 hours a week.
Yeah. Trust me,
Come on.
we're all wasting 15 hours a week anyways, if not more. We're wasting it.
Oh, Kayla's down in Texas.
Yep.
So Kayla says, and if Kayla's gonna go see some friends, she needs a whole weekend off.
Party it up. All right, where are we going next, Kev?
What did we just do?
We just did Would You Rather. So we have our fat, we have our FMK, we have our friend or foe.
Oh no, we can't do fat yet. Let's preface a fat. Actually, Kayla being the newest member.
Kayla. Yep.
Kayla, give us a number
between 1 and 300.
1 and 300. And then we'll get back to that. You'll understand why we did it in a second. But let's do FMK because I think we can roll through it.
All right, FMK, everyone's favorite game show here. F1, marry one, kill one. Kevin, you did what's
Shut
up?
your mouth, Hannah. It was not a guy. It was probably a guy, but it was not a guy. Guys always get blamed for everything.
Oh, Jesus. Nope, you have to pick a new number. Sorry, Kayla, because it's the one that got picked. You're going to understand the game later. Yeah, that was the first week. That was the first dirty-minded. Everyone.
Are you sure?
Everybody on this live stream is a dirty-minded fuck.
Welcome. You very much fit in, Kayla.
You fit in for sure. Okay, so Kevin picked 3 old school random ass hamstring stretches. We're gonna F1, marry one, kill one.
Hell yeah!
Because who doesn't love stretching their hamstrings?
Well, because everybody's got tight hamstrings apparently nowadays because we're all sitting and crap. So we're gonna go with just the classic sit and reach, like just putting both feet in front of you, just sitting and reaching for your toes. And you watch a 90-year-old man do it, and they reach and they touch their toes, and then you watch a 40-year-old guy do it, and they're and they can't even bend over. I call it right over left, but it's just
just demonstrate,
standing up,
cross your legs,
standing up, cross.
Here. Go ahead now do it.
Cross, right over left.
You know what that reminds me of is Austin Powers when he had that scene.
Johnson. Right over left, standing, cross your legs, one leg over the other, and then bend over. And then the classic hurdle stretch. So whether your one side is internally or externally rotated, I don't care. Hurdle stretch, hamstring stretches, go.
All right. This is an easy one. The marriage.
70.
I know it's gonna not affect much, but
yeah, you see that?
Got it. This is easy for me to marry.
Which one of our wives' hair was it?
It was definitely my wife. No, I don't know. I'm definitely marrying the hurdler stretch for sure. It's the most useful of those 3.
Okay.
Of the 3, I would actually keep the hurdler stretch. If I could kill both the other 2, I would, but I can't. In the name of the game.
All right.
So I'll marry the hurdler stretch. I love the hip activation. I love the internal external rotation. I love that there is at least a little bit of rotational movement in that.
All right.
So I'll marry that.
Okay.
In terms of killing and effing, the sit and reach or the standing, I think I'm going to have to F the right over left over right.
Wow.
Because I
F like that.
Yeah, aggressiveness. I think at least there's a little bit of nerve gloss to it.
Nerve.
A little nerve activate,
like
a little
here.
nerve. I think that's the whole key to stretching your hamstrings is you have to get the nerve involved.
All right.
I don't care how you do it.
All right.
Nerve floss is more important than actually doing anything else. Kill the sit and reach.
Killing sit and reach.
And you have to.
Wow.
Because it's the least, at least with the standing, cross your legs and touch your toes, you're getting at least a little balance in there. A little balance, a little coordination. With the sit and reach, you're not doing anything functional. So I'll kill it. What says you as you're typing in I'm assuming you're responding to Kevin if we're meeting up in Philly.
I told him if we're meeting in Philly, we're meeting on the museum steps.
Cheesesteaks for everyone.
We're definitely running those stairs.
Rocky.
That honest to God,
it's a bucket list.
Little bucket list of when I went to Philly when I was in pro ball. No chance the very first morning I was there that I wasn't running to those steps. And it was
so you did it. How hard was it?
It was like 1.5 miles to get there.
Oh, really?
And then
to get to
the museum from my hotel.
I thought you meant the stairs.
No. Like, the stairs themselves are not hard at all. And then when I was there, they moved the Rocky statue somewhere else. I also did one-arm push-ups. I mean, bragging, but I did one-arm push-ups in front of the Rocky statue for sure.
Show off.
Like, oh my God, I have to do this. Anyway, what are we doing? F, Marry, Kill?
Yeah, you came up with this.
Yeah. So I am going to kill right over left. I'm going to kill right over left. I like where your head's at, and then you're talking about nerve. You're talking about like most people don't even feel it in their hamstring; they feel it in the back of their knee. My problem is half the population hyperextends their knee, and that's why they're feeling it in their knee. And so, if I'm going to do a posterior chain stretch, I don't want to legitimately just cause hyperextension at a knee in order to stretch. What I want to do is I want to stretch the fascial areas from my foot all the way up through my hamstrings and all the way up through my low back. And so I'm gonna F sit and or I'm gonna F the sit and reach.
See, I feel like the sit and reach encourages the most just lumbar.
Listen,
crush.
Listen.
If it's done strict,
I'm doing a sit and reach, and you must just absolutely smash your lower back against a flat surface, whether it's a wall, your couch, whatever it is. And then I want you to feel like, so I'll do in this camera. So sit and reach. Everybody does this with their feet, and then they don't feel a stretch. I want you to point your toes straight ahead. Have that back super flat against something, and then tell me what you feel. You're going to feel a burn through your fascial line like you've never felt before. And I want you to do that once a week, and that's why I'm going to F it. Because
that's all.
Let's be honest.
Once a week is enough.
That's all you're going to get eventually in your life. So if not less.
Two married guys. Right?
Hey, I mean.
So you're marrying.
Anyway, I'm marrying the sit and reach.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry. I'm marrying the hurdle stretch.
Yeah.
For the same reason you said. I think it's the most dynamic in that I can create an internal rotation on the other side. I can get a little like low back, like QL, like loving in there. I can also think about like drawing that belly button in.
You don't have to draw it in. You just have to think about drawing it in.
Just think about it. And then like go forward a little bit. And then all of a sudden you feel a deep, 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 deep stretch. Like the deep love you have.
Well, you were a track athlete. You should be in love with the hurdler.
I wasn't, from the standpoint of my hamstrings sucked.
Yeah.
And I should have done more like dynamic hamstring stuff, and then therefore I wouldn't have blown out my hamstring. But then I might not have become an athletic trainer. If I didn't blow out my hamstring my freshman year of college,
sliding doors.
Who knows?
Just think about all those. How many athletic trainers out there who would have never been athletic trainers had they not gotten hurt?
And I'm like,
it's such a sliding doors moment in your life.
Oh my God, right? So I'm thinking also, maybe some people have said this already, but static stretching is valuable, right, at times, right? It's just not something that has to be every day, all day. Then you're not doing much. But post-exercise, once every week or this and that, if you just have a really nice long stretch, you're going to you're going to lengthen some tissue, and it just might benefit you, right? So that's why the sit and reach is a little like, let's get it on.
Okay, Marvin Gaye. All right, so should we go to page 70 here?
Sure. What do you want?
I'll just
DC
go
or Marvel?
I'll go DC.
All right.
So we're doing a fat battle. Oh, we are doing a fat.
A fat.
So I have to hit
the
that
battles.
button. A battle fat. So we are going to page 70.
70.
Why don't you go first? It's going to be really close to.
Too far.
Oh, I got 4 to choose from here. I love it. This is great.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I got Captain Britain, and you got what comes right after. How is that even possible?
We did Captain Britain already.
I know. How is that after?
Captain Britain.
How is what kind of alphabet is that? Captain
America needs
should not
2 pages.
Captain America should not come after Captain Britain.
People.
God damn.
That's because America needs 2 pages.
Oh, shit. That's so bullshit.
Do you want me to change
Captain
pages?
America should be 68. No, forget it.
Right.
I got to come up with something to win here.
I'll only use one side of Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to need to read these first.
Just his blue eyes and his blonde hair and his overwhelming charm.
All right. So tell us about Captain America and what would make him a good athletic trainer.
I'm gonna try and find something that we haven't talked about with Captain America. Particularly, he's an Olympic level martial artist and gymnast.
I did not know that. Yeah. I think gymnasts are the best athletes in the world.
Also resistant to disease and fatigue. I'm gonna stop there.
So you can just keep working those 410s like Hannah?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, let's put it this way. We all know Captain America's dedication. We all know his unrelentlessly just working for somebody else. He's not in it for himself. He's in it for everybody else. But gosh darn it, he's also an Olympic level gymnast. And he is literally resistant to all diseases and fatigue. He doesn't get tired. He can do this all day. I don't know if you remember that quote. I can do this all
Captain
day.
America. Oh, yeah.
Now, this is where I'll put a drawback on him. And this would be
You didn't see the new Hawkeye, did you? The first 2 episodes of Hawkeye just came out?
Yet. No.
All right. I'll save it.
I will say Captain America needs a special diet. I mean, can the guy eat enough? Probably not. And he can't drink. Like, it doesn't do anything to him. He's got a super metabolism.
Yeah.
No, he'll never have hangovers, but he'll never get drunk to have an hangover. So that's kind of tough. He's got to drink that special stuff that Thor gives him, and then maybe he'll get there. But come on. I mean, it's Captain America. What do you got?
All right. I had to choose from these people.
Ooh.
This is page 70.
All right, 70.
These 4 people right here.
DC versus Marvel,
this
baby.
This is DC. I could choose Clock King.
Clock King.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
How about Cobalt Blue?
That's a color. That's a color of car.
Clue Master?
Ooh, that sounds familiar. Actually.
And the Conglomerate. Which is a collection of people, but I'm not going to choose that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Cobalt Blue.
Oh, wow. Not expected.
Real name, Malcolm Thon. Does that ring a bell? Malcolm Thon?
No.
How about Eobard Thon?
Oh, that's from Flash.
So this is the identical twin brother of Barry Allen. The second Flash, Malcolm Thon.
Interesting. Okay.
Was stolen away and raised in secret by the Thons, an abusive family of crooks. Malcolm learned of Barry's existence and of the loving family that fate had decreed he would never know, and used his gifts for sorcery to give vent to his jealous rage. Calling himself Cobalt Blue, he drew power from a mystic blue flame and a crystalline talisman that focused his anger, a Thawne legacy that was passed on to him, which was capable of stealing Barry Allen's super speed. Barry's death during the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which I just got through Crisis on Infinite Earth, he didn't die,
Okay.
appeared to have cheated Thawne of his revenge, so instead he focused on Allen's descendants and traveled through time, trying to exterminate them. The third Flash, Wally West, finally ended the menace of Cobalt Blue by running at such tremendous speeds that Thawne's magical gem overloaded from the excess energy. Thawne was presumably destroyed, but his talisman, which also contained his consciousness, would be passed on to Thawne's hate-filled progeny. I don't know what that last word is. Anyways, so here's his abilities.
Yeah.
He's got a gem whose flame can steal the Flash's speed and displays a number of other magical powers.
A number of.
So we talked about time travel and slowing things down and yada, yada, yada. Speed's right up there with one of the best ones. So Cobalt Blue, pretty solid. I mean, Captain America is so freaking good.
Captain America is just Captain America.
Oh.
You want personality?
Progeny means offspring. Good. I learned a new word. Thank you, Kevin Joyce.
Progeny.
Okay, here's a question I had this weekend.
Yeah.
Of all the superheroes you know,
I know a lot. I personally.
DC or Marvel, it doesn't matter. Just off the top of your head, who's just got the coolest uniform? Not the powers. Like the coolest outfit.
Coolest?
Yeah, what's you're like, oh, that's cool.
Coolest.
Like, what's the best? Like, if you look at
Best or coolest?
like if you look at the Cleveland Browns uniforms, you're like, wow, those suck. But if you see something like you're like, oh wow, that looks pretty cool.
Going off of classic ones, not what we see in the movies, but classic ones. That's tough. Gosh, I'm just always partial to Batman, but I think, plain and simple, I wouldn't want to wear
All black.
No, I wear all black all the time. But I'm saying like the ears and the face, and like I wouldn't want that. It's just like Spider-Man. Nah, his face is always covered all the time. That would bother me.
I just like the color, but I love the color. Like, I love the design. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think that's the one I'd go with. It's it's a good blend of multiple colors. It's like not all one color. It's not.
Let me think.
You're not Johnny Cash, all black. You're not Flash, all red with just a little emblem. Iron Man, like the red and the blue. You want to go Hulk? Just some blue jeans.
Just some torn up shorts.
Nate's going Green Arrow.
He wants the hood. He's a hoodie guy.
I'm a hoodie guy, like Belichick here.
I mean, Arrow also cut off his sleeves all the time. He always had like a short sleeve, like cut off hoodie on.
I'm podcasting like this next week.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going Spider-Man. I love
Spider-Man's a really good one. I'm going to agree with you on multiple fronts with Spider-Man.
My son has some Spider-Man like clothes, and every time I put them on, I'm like, just looks cool.
That's a good point.
Like the web built in, it's just really well designed.
You're so right. You're so right on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna go left field. I'm gonna go Wolverine.
Somebody else just said that.
No, Wolverine.
Okay.
One of my original favorites, and the original yellow.
I kind of. Really what bright. About like old school like Robin? The little
old school
leather
Robin.
Shoes with the little things coming off the back.
Yeah, old school Robin looked like he was trying to be freaking
Tinkerbell. Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan. Yes. Yeah, like, I'm fine with it.
I'm not. No.
Out.
Wonder
Woman's outfit, like the color combination's pretty cool, like red, blue, yellow. I'm fine with it.
You would look really good in Wonder Woman's outfit.
Thank you.
Especially like with the bracelets, and I mean, the little.
Actually, she's got the coolest music, like that. Like when she comes in.
Oh, you know what?
That that's legit some of the best. Like,
100%. I
she's
think
got the coolest
Wonder Woman's like
intro
entrance
music. Yeah.
is, I mean, to me, like the Dark Knight like saga, that entrance music, there's not many things that can beat it. But Wonder Woman's on par. It's just
good.
right. It's right there with it.
Yeah.
The other, I would say, and it gets me jazzed up every time. Titans, the opening,
hardcore.
The opening of Titans is
Get your DC on, people.
that is a freaking great opening.
It's like some hard rock.
I love it.
Yeah. It doesn't, and it hasn't changed. Just so you know, it's.
And I get jazzed up every time.
So, are you liking it?
Yeah.
Well, how far are you in season 2?
Yeah, I'm at the end of season 2.
Do you like
Deadshot?
I know, but I was gonna say I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but do you like
that it's Arrow 2.0? No.
Oh, that's true. We could have a whole discussion. I've seen so many Deathstrokes now. There's like 5 Deathstrokes out there.
I'm not gonna lie. If you like Titans, if you like Arrow, you're gonna like Titans, and if you like Titans,
yeah, but this is darker. I think this is darker.
A little.
Wait till you get to season 3.
Sure, but I mean, to me, Arrow and Robin are like the exact same person.
Sure.
Identical.
All right, fair enough. I'm gonna have a discussion with you off air. We're gonna on Titans.
Yeah. Stone Cold has better entrance.
The WWE has had some fantastic intro music.
We're not talking WWE.
All right, so we did our FMK. We just have our friend or foe, which you came up with.
Who won the fat, by the way?
It's not even close. I love Steve Rogers.
I love Steve Rogers too.
We're gonna have to do a rank. We're gonna just do a ranking of all our favorites. We have to do a separate podcast just about comic books, just to get it out there.
I think we need to read more comic books.
No, we'll just talk about what we know. Yeah,
we could bring on Robert Downey Jr. and stuff.
No, we can't get that kind of material.
What are you talking about? He would do it.
No chance. All right.
Maybe Chris Pratt, because he'd do anything.
Maybe. Right now.
Or who's in the Eternals? Because
yeah,
everybody hates it. So
I didn't. I legit thought it was a decent movie. I'm probably in the minority, but whatever.
Or we could bring on the whole cast of Big Bang Theory.
I haven't watched any of it.
So funny.
All right, friend or foe this week, Kevin. You said this last week, and it made me go.
Foe.
You've already answered. They don't even know. Mixing the Gatorade with a whisk or some sort of instrument. So you said last week the only way to mix your sports drink is with the hose, with the water pressure.
So I would like to also say.
You'd like to say.
I'd like to say. I think Thomas Silberberger. He brought this up a long time ago, and we've talked about this before. We've never done an actual friend or foe, but it is absolutely a foe. Number one reason.
Something else to clean?
Exactly. It's something else to clean, and it is an absolutely unnecessary utensil that you should not be using. Go.
It's hard. It's a hard point to argue in terms of you don't know. And I've got in my head some premium content that I want to do. We've talked about it off air 100 times. We just have never gotten to it. We need a sponsor with a sports drink company. Somebody just hit us up.
Hey, all these college kids getting sponsorships from Gatorade and all this stuff from Instagram. They're getting paid for their likeness. Yeah. Right? Let's get athletic trainers paid for their likeness.
Have you seen what we look like? All right. So where I was going with this is if you didn't mix it with a utensil, a whisk, what do you call that plastic contraption that they give you? It's not a whisk, technically. The stir stick, the big plastic stir stick.
Do they give
If you don't
one?
use that,
Who gives you one? What are you
I
talking
think
about? gives
Gatorade.
one?
I think Gatorade, well, at least we had one, a big orange one. So I assume it was Gatorade.
I never had one. Never
So
seen.
if you don't use something like that to mix it, and you just mix it with the hose,
Ooh.
you don't. Do the athletes? Can they taste the difference?
Kevin Joyce, can I get
If
some of
it's-
that liquid IV? By the way,
Let me just ask. Regardless of how you mix it, let's just say you did a bad job of dissolving the powder. Can the athletes really tell? You think?
Hell no. That's straight out of Will Smith.
You know what? Hell
no.
Don't you ever do that again. I kind of want to see his King Richard. Anybody see King Richard?
Yeah, let me know if King Richard's any good. I am really worried it's going to be like a very made up true story. I don't want it to be a made up.
You want it to be actual, real.
I want to know what exactly happened.
You don't want the dramatization in the
no.
fiction. Yeah,
They're like two of the best tennis. Well, they are probably the two best tennis players, if not two of, and one is like that ever lived. Like, give me the real story. I don't want it to be like about like what Hollywood wants it to be.
All right.
Give me the true story.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
going back
sorry.
to the sports drink.
He also is doing a National Geographic show, Will Smith, called oh my god, it's one
It's
of
a
his
show?
Yeah, it's one of his famous lines. Oh my god. Oh, Welcome to Earth. It's like a National Geographic like
Cool.
Is
that
Welcome
from
to
Independence Day?
Yeah. Welcome to Earth. Punch something.
Have you ever made
Anyway.
a sports drink
Will
and then
Smith.
you dumped it out, and then there's like this much just straight sludge on the bottom?
No.
Never, not once.
Never, because I
Never?
use the hose to mix it. I bet because you're using that freaking whisk, you're not getting to the bottom.
That's not the reason.
What's the reason?
It's the people that put the ice in, and then the water's too cold to dissolve.
Never had that happen to me.
I never have either because I don't put ice in my mix.
Oh.
No glove.
No,
glove.
you were talking about last week about then sticking
People
your
are
hand in a
it's-
plastic bag.
I'm not
and
the only
doing
one.
it.
Read the comments on the live stream. People have done it. All right, I'm gonna put it up
Okay,
on social
you know
media right now.
I'll take
Fine.
I'll
I'm
take
putting it up. We're just gonna see. Have you ever go to Candid ATC? Well, if you're listening to this, you're never gonna get there in time.
I'm gonna say this.
Have you ever put your hand? I'm typing it in right now. And all right, you take over because I'm typing.
Okay.
This is good podcasting. There's dead air.
Okay, I'll give you this. I'd rather mix it with the water, and then if I do need to make a little more like mixing action, I'll put myself in a plastic bag and do a little more with my hand.
I'm going to put this out for a couple
Because
days.
then I can just throw away the bag. I don't have to clean a whisk. Do you know how annoying it is to clean a whisk?
It's not that hard. You just spray it with the water that you just had running.
Oh my God. You're not cleaning a whisk then.
Sure you are.
Just the hot water. The hot water you're mixing your Gatorade with?
Yeah, and then you have you just need a sponge and you just wipe with a sponge. It takes like literally less than 30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds I'll never get back over the course of a year. Let's see here. What 30? That's what
30 seconds times 100
182.5 minutes of my life
every
year.
It's 90
What?
minutes. 90 minutes of your year.
I mean, come on. I could be using that, I don't know, taking a poop.
Taking a poop while you're doing this. That's good. All right, the poll is up on social media. Have you ever put your hand in an ice bag
and mix
your
sports
drink? God, this is going to be a legendary one.
I tell you what, you're definitely.
If you're on the
some
live
sludge.
stream, please go retweet that so we can get this thing going.
You're getting no sludge. No sludge if you're mixing it with the water hose.
All right,
if you're
I'm saying, friend, mix it up.
I mean, no. Faux. Get that whisk out of here.
You're saying faux.
Throw it away.
All right, that'll be the next poll. All right, we're moving on. We have our feature topic, Kevin.
Ooh, really already?
Yep, I think that's everything. Here we go.
All right, I'm going to leave the poll up for a little bit longer because it's not siding my way.
It's not in your favor. So the
What?
the comments are yeah, it's the hand mix is not an unnatural thing. The hand mix. It's all hose life.
It's very just natural for athletic trainers to stick their hands in a bag and mix things all together. We're very good at picking up dog poop. Let's just put it that way. Really good at picking up dog poop.
Fist you very much.
Okay. That's another poll. Like, of all the athletic trainers out there that have dogs, how many are just using the ice bags from work?
That's a great one. Dog.
How many just ordered an extra 1,000-pack?
I thought
bags?
I literally thought you were gonna say, do you accidentally suck the air out of your dog's poop bag? Trying to get that real time. That's where I thought you were going with that.
I don't suck the air out of ice bags either. I make perfect ice bags when I need to make an ice bag.
You get a little turd in the throat.
Oh.
All right, Kevin. I'm going to fill up my water bottle.
Go for it.
Go lead into this feature topic. I need a break.
Oh, man. Okay, so to prove that when you guys send us topic suggestions, this started with one of our members on the website. This member, his name's Nathan, he proposed the question to us, and I'm going to read it to you. What is your opinion on grad students with a learning disability? I have a higher spectrum autism, and I am taking my last class and finishing up my research project. Those who say students who have a learning disability cannot perform under pressure. I say we can, because I have assisted my CI in air splinting a dislocated ankle. Now, Nathan, thank you, because this is a topic I have never come across. Absolutely have never, I've never even met an athletic trainer that I would say has a higher level of autism. I know there's a very big spectrum, and so, we all have certain things that we're good and bad at and blah, 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 blah. But I think it proposed a very interesting question in that not necessarily autism, but when athletic trainers, what is the line of when you shouldn't be an athletic trainer? What is the line of when you can't be an athletic trainer? I think
the minimum requirement, physical.
Physical,
or mental, I guess.
Like that we need to have. And I'm going to automatically start with, I don't know the answer right now. I just was proposed this question right now or today, and I don't know the full answer. Numero uno, I think the fact that you are graduating and you have a higher level of autism, I think that is amazing from an athletic training standpoint, because athletic training is very demanding. And I think the very little I know about autism, I think it would be very challenging to be an athletic training student with autism. And frankly, I think that's amazing if you're kicking ass and you're helping out your CIs with tasks that they need help with, because that's a learning experience that you're never going to get anywhere else before you actually have to do it on another human. Now, in your case, I can't speak to it because I don't know you. I don't know exactly what's going on in your life. I exactly what I would say to if I just met an athletic trainer that didn't have autism, or did have one leg, or did have one eye, like all of the above, I don't know your situation. I just met you. If we work together, if I got to know you a little bit more, maybe I could help guide you. At the same time, there's got to be, at some point, a level at which we have to say you probably shouldn't be an athletic trainer, at least covering live athletics, right?
Or you have to find a sport or a setting where, like, let's say you can't perform the duties of CPR,
right,
or spine boarding.
right.
Then you might have to be in a clinic setting where you wouldn't have to do that, or a physician extender position,
Yeah,
where you wouldn't have that.
Yeah, at bare minimum, you're not the only one there that knows how to do it, right?
Yeah, or work in or you just have to find a setting where you're not the only one. Somebody's going to be there. Does that preclude you from being an athletic trainer? Slippery slope.
Very.
So what are the duties? So you've got your. I guess there's always going to be non-traditional settings. There's going to be all sorts of scenarios.
What I love about this conversation is not what are the limitations of athletic trainers. It's if you are an athletic trainer, it's really hard for us to come up with, well, if you can't spine board, you can't be an athletic trainer.
How many times have you spine boarded?
Yeah, bullshit. You could totally be an athletic trainer in your setting. You could totally be an athletic trainer in my setting, and still put together 90% of your education to help people.
Yeah, and this came from, his name was Nathan.
Yeah,
he specifically asked about
Nate Dogg.
He specifically asked about autism, and Kevin and I are turning this into not about autism, but about what's the general minimum qualifications that would preclude someone from, if you can't do this, being an athletic trainer.
Yeah, if you have one arm, can you be an athletic trainer?
Yeah, I'm sure in some settings.
I think,
why not?
As most settings, you should be able to show you've passed this minimum, right? You've passed this minimum amount of education and even like physical work, right? Now, if you've done that, I would love to get you in this entry-level position so that you can continue to like grow as an athletic trainer and grow and keep proving that you can do more and more and probably learn how to do more and more and more and more, right? We all have our limitations. I definitely have a lot of them. I'm terrible at a lot of the administrative stuff that is very, 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 very important to athletic training. I'm awful at it. And there's not an athletic trainer out there that's worked with me that wouldn't say I am pretty bad at it. Everything else, pretty good at it. Pretty darn good at it. Yeah. But does that make me a better or worse? Or does that make me able to do my job better or worse? I can do the physical stuff a little bit better. But, man, a lot of athletic trainers that can just keep all of their shit together succeed a lot in this world. So who's to say that you can't do that? And it's fun. It's fun to talk about. To me, it's fun to talk about it because it is a very real topic in that if we want more people in the profession, then why aren't we telling more people they can do the profession?
Yeah. When you think of the traditional bullshit, that we're known for, wearing khakis, taping, all that kind of stuff.
Fuck the whisks. Goddamn whisks.
Whisks win.
80-20, whatever.
So, like Kevin Joyce says, he knows some people, you can tape with one hand.
I want to see it. Like, I'm not saying you can't. I want to see a freaking one-hand tape job. Come on. It would be so much fun.
Just reach out. Reach out. Let's see.
I think everybody, if you're listening to this and you know anybody
Kevin
that can do it, Kevin, whoever can do it, unless you can do it, I want to see it. Because I think those are the videos and
that we need out there?
Like the TikToks, the tweeters and whatever, like tweets that like can make
tweeters.
the tweeters that can make like just a little like awareness of like what we do and how interesting it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So so what are the realms here? There's taping is a small part of the job in some sports and a bigger part of the job in other sports. But like injury evaluation, you need to be able to evaluate an injury. So if you can't do a Lockman's or a valgus test, if you can't do, if you can't do some certain special tests, you shouldn't be an athletic trainer. If you can do the special tests, the manual muscle tests, the passive range of motions, I don't care. I don't care how you get it done.
I don't care how you get it done.
Injury evaluation. Can you talk somebody through a rehab program? That needs to be done. We talked about the emergency care. There are going to be some settings where that's going to be a very, very important skill, and there's going to be some settings that it's not as important.
Correct.
I'm trying to think of other duties.
I mean, how many times?
The administrative stuff, the stocking, all that stuff. I mean, realistically, to me, can you do the valgus, the varus, the Lockmans? Can you do special tests, MMTs, passive range of motion? Is there anything else that like baseline? This is going to preclude you.
I mean, legitimately, I think humans are pretty amazing in how they figure out how to solve problems. And I think there's times when if somebody has a disability, right? I think they figure out how to conquer that disability. At least I hope. Sometimes the mental ones are a little harder because it's not this physicality that you just need to figure out how to overcome. It's a more complex kind of situation. And maybe sometimes a little more unpredictable. But at the same time, you figure things out. And I think a lot of athletic trainers, like, they figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to deep dive with an athletic trainer that does have a form of disability. That, how did you figure this out? Like, how did you figure that out? How did you do this? How did you do that? And maybe there is a situation that like, well, shit, like you're actually doing that better than I could do that. I'm being lazy. I'm using fucking two hands. Why wouldn't I not just use one hand? Why wouldn't I think simpler about this idea? Why wouldn't I think more complex about this idea? Why wouldn't I have a little more maybe hesitation in entering this kind of situation? And I think we can learn from that. I also think that this profession is tough. It's really, really tough because it can be anything from the most physical demanding job to the most mentally demanding job to I'm on cruise control just every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what makes this profession so complex and why we have such a hard time describing what we do, why we have such a hard time explaining why we should make more money and all the above is because it's so complex. And I think that's why it's a great subject to talk about, in that if it's going to be complex and then there's complex humans doing it, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. And so, again, I don't know. I really, really, really don't know much about autism. I really don't. But it got my brain moving in the idea of what would stop somebody from being an athletic trainer, or what could stop somebody from being an athletic trainer, and then what should stop somebody from being an athletic trainer.
Did we answer the question?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, we have a friend that has. I mean, let's face it. He's got one leg.
Yeah, he's got a prosthetic.
I mean, he's still an athletic trainer.
Mhm.
He's still helping his high school kids. He's doing it. I mean, he's been a very proud athletic trainer for a long time. But I do know that he does suffer the consequences every once in a while because he has to compensate a lot, right? And then so all of a sudden it's like the physical demanding of him using one leg, all of a sudden it manifests in his back. Now he's not the youngest cat on the block, but at the same time, he's done it, and hopefully he kind of like transitions to his next phase of athletic training so that he's not hurting so often. But at the same time, he's doing it. Like, and he's been very successful at it. Just as successful as we've been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's helped a lot of athletes, and so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a very interesting topic, and like I wish I could legitimately read all these comments while we're having this conversation, because I know like people are going crazy and they're talking up a storm, and I'm sure everybody has a really great input to it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there is an answer right now, but that's a great okay. Another reason why, like the NATA, like are we talking about this? Are we talking about like that? Are we talking about like how should we have continuing education change and like blah 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 blah? How should we have another committee meeting about something that nobody freaking cares about? Maybe this is what we care about, right? I mean, they've made this huge push for like diversity in the profession, and we've given our professional and like personal opinions about how that's going and why that's going a certain direction versus maybe how it could go another direction. But at the same time, are we talking about this? Probably not, because it's uncomfortable. For most people, it's uncomfortable, but we are candid.
Well, it was just brought up by a listener, and so
yeah, it's perfect, and that's what we need. We need more conversations brought up by our listeners because, frankly, me and Chad we have our conversations that we want to complain about, but
yeah,
we love talking about what you guys want to talk about.
It's more candid if it's a reaction from us, not something we are planning.
By the way, the easiest thing about athletic training, one of the top 5 questions.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I literally had somebody text me being like, "Oh, you'll be able to guess my answer on question number 2." And I had just put up the survey like 15 minutes before. I'm like, I can't remember a single question I just made.
The easiest thing about our athletic training?
Oh.
Complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I just want to look at the early results here.
Oh, we have a little...
Have you ever put your hand in an ice bag and mixed sports drink? We've had it up for...
20 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes. 71% yes.
All right. I expect it to be pretty high.
Let's hope so.
Because when in doubt, just stick your hand in an ice bag. We'll figure it out.
Oh. University of Scranton has a blind AT.
That is freaking amazing.
Wow. That's
now, okay. Like I don't know right offhand. I have my hesitations about it, right? But if that person's abilities, and they can show their abilities to... Like,
there are certain sports that you don't need.
No.
There are certain sports you need more physical abilities and certain sports that you need less. Like, I just came from baseball cross country. Cross country, you're not going out. You're not, like, having to run on field, do all that stuff. Mm-hmm. They come to you.
But baseball, you're watching stuff.
Yeah.
You're watching how they throw the ball. And, like, I would say I rely on my eyes. I rely on them. Now,
are you trying to tell me that Daredevil couldn't be an AT? I bet he could.
He probably could. Now, that's a great point, and that's why we talk about superheroes
so much,
right? That's why we talk about superheroes.
I need to watch Daredevil.
How could Daredevil not be an AT? He could easily be an AT. Like, but at the same time, I couldn't imagine being blind being an AT. But maybe, University of Scranton athletic trainer couldn't imagine being, 5'8" on a good day, being an athletic trainer.
Yeah.
On a good day.
Yeah. Good. All right. Very fun conversation. Maybe we'll have to have more follow up on that if we get some video, some content. We would love to
send us.
have more.
If you know anybody that's just fucking killing it as an athletic trainer,
literally
share it.
Have them just email us and we'll get them on the show.
Let's do it.
We'll do an interview for the first time ever.
Or like the third, but that one will be a good one. That will be a really good one. But CandidAthleticTraining.com. That's our website. That's where you can find us. That's where you can find all of our podcasts. You can also find all of our merchandise, and you can also find the little spot that says, hey, I want to become a member, and I want to be participating in these live conversations. So head there, CandidAthleticTraining.com, and see, what tickles your fancy.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, Healthy Roster.
Thank you, Healthy Roster. Thank you, Brew Fitness, MKE, for letting us use your place again.
Thank you, DC Comics, and thank you, Marvel Comics.
But mostly DC. Thank you. What was his name? Something Blue?
Nathan.
Cobalt Blue?
Oh, Cobalt Blue, yeah. Thank you, Nathan, for the suggestion. It got our wheels turning in our brains. So we need more topic suggestions from everybody. Maybe our new member... Maybe our new member can give us a topic for next week. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, check us out, CandidAthleticTraining.com. Also check out all of those CEU opportunities. MedBridge, we got a huge discount, $175 off. We all need CEUs right now. I'm scrambling a little bit right now. I'm not gonna lie. MedBridge, we have Master Dry Needling. You can also go and check out what I do. I own a clinic. It's called Structural Elements. I'm here in Milwaukee. See what other opportunities there are for athletic trainers. Any other ones? Hopefully one day we'll
those are the main ones. They're the main ones. So,
all right, everybody, thanks for listening.
See y'all next week.
Bye.